I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to.
As the US president fumbles and stumbles through his election campaign, while seeking a second term, critics and supporters alike are questioning his mental acuity to lead the country again, after the too old to rule argument.
I know I'm not a young man.
Concerns are being raised around the 81-year-old politician's health, with the latest scare being Parkinson's disease. The official visitor logs of the White House show, as per a New York Times report, that an expert on Parkinson's disease from Walter Reed National Military Medical Center visited the president's official residence and workplace 8 times in 8 months. The report says Dr. Kevin Cannard, a neurologist who specializes in movement disorders and recently published a paper on Parkinson's, visited the White House from July 2023 through March of this year. More recent visits, if there have been any, would not be released until later under the White House's voluntary disclosure policy. The report led to speculations that Biden might be getting treated for Parkinson's disease, a progressive disorder that affects the nervous system and the parts of the body controlled by the nerves. The White House was quick to come to Biden's rescue while refusing to discuss the reason behind a Parkinson's specialist's visit. The July 8th press briefing got heated amid a testy exchange between White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre and CBS News correspondent Ed O'Keefe over the issue.
Eight times, or at least once, in regards to the president specifically.
Hold on a second.
Not what you should be able to answer by this point.
Wait, no. No, wait a minute. Ed, please. A little respect here, please. So, every year, around the president's physical examination, he sees a neurologist. That's 3 times, right? So I am telling you that he has seen a neurologist 3 times while he has been in this presidency. That's what I'm saying. I am telling you that he has seen them 3 times. That is what I'm sharing with you, right? So every time he has a physical, he has had to see a neurologist. So that is answering that question.
No, it's not.
No, it is. It is. You're asking me. But I also said to you, Ed, I also said to you, for security reasons, we cannot share names. We cannot share names.
Hours after the tense back and forth, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, who is Biden's physician, said, in a memo released on the night of July 8th, that Dr. Cannard has been a neurological consultant at the White House since 2012 and sees a large number of patients at the White House complex, not just the president. The memo further says, seeing patients at the White House is something that Dr. Cannard has been doing for 12 years. Dr. Cannard was chosen for this responsibility not because he is a movement disorder specialist, but because he is a highly trained and highly regarded neurologist here at Walter Reed and across the military health system, with a very wide expertise which makes him flexible to see a variety of patients and problems. In the memo, Dr. O'Connor also cited the president's health summary from 2023 issued by him through the White House. He said, an extremely detailed neurologic exam was again reassuring, in that there were no findings which would be any cerebral or other central neurological disorder such as stroke, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's or ascending lateral sclerosis, nor are there any signs of cervical myelopathy. He demonstrates excellent fine motor dexterity. As the US establishment tries its best to ensure the country and the world that all is fine with Biden, the president's recent media interactions have only counteracted these efforts, with his public statements under the microscope, flubs he made during a radio interview that aired earlier on July 4th, garbling a line about how he felt proud to have been the first black woman to serve with a black president, and another when discussing anti-Catholic discrimination, have been drawing attention. Not to mention his, what critics call poor performance, at the June 27th presidential debate with presumptive Republican nominee and former President Donald Trump. All this has added fuel to the step-aside Biden fire, especially within the Democratic Party. The list of Democratic representatives calling for a Biden dropout is now growing. Within the Democratic Party, 5 members of the U.S. House of Representatives have called for Biden to step aside, including Representatives Seth Moulton, Lloyd Doggett, Raul Grijalva, Mike Quigley, and Angie Craig. On July 7th, a separate group of Democrats at a virtual meeting convened by the House Minority Leader, Representative Hakeem Jeffries, discussed how to pressure Biden to step aside, according to a report by the Associated Press. Apart from the Democrats, voters are also losing confidence in Biden for a variety of reasons, including his age and his policies on Israel. An Ipsos poll showed that after the presidential debate, voter confidence in Biden's mental fitness dropped from 28% to 20%. And this could prove to be an even bigger challenge for Biden than losing the confidence of a few from within his party.
Biden either needs to change course and change policy, or Biden needs to step down. He's not fit to be president. And again, I think that people are finally recognizing that off of the debate.
The name gaining popularity as a possible replacement for Biden is Vice President Kamala Harris. President Biden could step down and simply nominate Harris to carry on, who would then inherit Biden's campaign funds, whereas any other nominees would be starting their campaigns from scratch. However, her approval ratings have not been much higher than Biden's, casting doubt on her ability to floor Trump. Within the Democratic Party, some high-profile leaders are unifying behind 59-year-old Harris as the natural candidate to replace him, including Adam Schiff and Jim Clyburn. Harris, on her part, has repeatedly defended her boss Biden, arguing that his record as president shouldn't be outweighed by 90 minutes on a debate stage. Trump, on July 8th, predicted that Biden would remain the Democratic nominee and speculated that Harris would replace the president if he did exit the race. In an interview with Sean Hannity on Fox News, Trump said, "It looks to me like he may very well stay in. He's got an ego, and he doesn't want to quit." In the meantime, Biden himself has struck a defiant tone and fiercely insisted that he will remain the nominee.
You got me, man. I'm not going anywhere.
In a letter to Democratic Party lawmakers on July 8th, Biden said, "I am firmly committed to staying in this race, to running this race to the end, and to beating Donald Trump. I have heard the concerns that people have, their good faith fears and worries about what is at stake in this election. I can respond to all this by saying clearly and unequivocally, I wouldn't be running again if I did not absolutely believe I was the best person to beat Donald Trump in 2024. In an interview with MSNBC's Morning Joe show later on the same day, Biden insisted that party elites, rather than average Democrats, are driving calls for him to quit the race. As the November elections inch closer, will the damage control campaign launched by those still backing Biden work in his favor? Will Biden's repeated assurances convince the voters and dissatisfied Democrats? Only time will tell.